The Great Resignation is over and the job market is tougher than ever. 18 months ago, I would have said you could go into an interview unprepared and probably still walk away with the job. That is not the case anymore. You need to be prepared for interviews. So if you're working with a recruiter, you need to ask them to do interview prep for you. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade, so I'm going to run you through my framework when I prep candidates for interviews. First thing we do is we review the company mission and what the company actually does, so that is fresh in the candidate's mind. The thing we look at is the interviewer and the hiring manager. Like, what's their vibe? How do they like to be communicated to? What's their style? How can you relate to them? Next thing we look at is past interview questions that they've asked candidates that I've worked with in the past. It's not a guarantee that they'll ask the same questions, but there's a very good chance they'll ask similar questions. Next thing we do is we review the job description and review their background to make sure that they've got fresh examples of what they've done and it's fresh in their mind, so when the interviewer asks them about past experiences they've had, they know exactly what to say. Next thing we do is just review guidelines, simple things like what you should wear, how you should present yourself, is it formal, informal, just so you show up and you feel like, yep, I'm in the right place, not overdressed, not too casual, but just right. Then we run over potential questions that the candidate can actually ask the company, because remember, it's a two-way street. So I recommend 3 types of questions: a question about the company and the industry, a question about the role, and a question about the person that's interviewing them. What's their background? How did they get to where they are? If you ask really good questions during an interview, that can leave a lasting impact. Then lastly, I just encourage the candidate to relax, to be themselves, and remember that they are interviewing the company as well. They've got to make sure that this position and the company is somewhere that they actually want to work. So relax and be confident. You need to be asking your recruiter to do these prep calls with you. If they don't, you can always come back to this video. So save it and share it with someone who is on the job search right now. It could be useful and it could help them get the job.